path towards innovation in education. Their aim is to develop compassionate global citizens who value lifelong learning and make a difference.
Students at ASK spend their time at school problem solving, creating and engaging in learning.
Recently, ASK students hosted a learning showcase for the community. Here, students came together to present their research, their creative designs, and the highlight of their learning throughout the year.
This journey began 3 years ago, when a faculty of visionary educators decided to move beyond content. We were wondering if you could walk us through the process and if you could tell us what challenges you faced.
Sure. I think kind of the process and challenges come hand in hand. I think the greatest challenge that teachers face is time. And in fact, I think that the greatest gift you can give an educator is more time. And so we obviously had to find time to do this work in the midst of all the things that happen day to day. And so one of the things that we did was we moved this online. We collaborated using Google Docs. We shared thoughts and ideas and gave each other feedback on Moodle. And then we used Google Forms to give final feedback and talk about the process and look at how we did it. One of the most innovative things that we did, I think, was kind of modeling what we ask everyone else to do. And so if we want students engaged in class working, then we also want teachers engaged in meetings and working. So rather than present information and then give them an assignment to go off and work, we actually gave the information on handouts or an email, so they knew what they had to do, and then when we came to the meetings, they actually had time to do the work. So we had online collaboration, face-to-face collaboration, a nice balance, and the other thing is we didn't rush through. This takes time to implement, and it takes time to implement well.
was useful for teaching, it was useful for integrating technology, it was useful for professional development.
It was a lot easier just to go online, look at it, focus on it in our own time, as opposed to trying to hear everyone's opinions at once.
When it gave you more time to look at the document and give feedback, like sometimes in the moment you don't do as good of a job because you're just rushed and you just make comments right in that moment. But if you have time to like really sit and look at something, then like I feel like the comments are more meaningful than they would be otherwise. So.
Presentations, when people were talking about their process, I found that the most valuable part.
I enjoyed working with colleagues from different departments and looking at a way to assess soft skills in a way that's concrete. So the rubric makes it concrete and it's backable and it's quantifiable. So that was kind of exciting, and the dialogue was exciting. Yeah, I enjoyed that process.
It really made me realize that sometimes I expect things from students and I'm not clear enough with them how they can go about doing those things or showing me what I want to
And
see.
so seeing the different things that teachers look for made me realize and helped me think about in my own classes how we need to be mindful and especially differentiate for the different competencies of our students. So I think as a whole, as an activity, that was one of the best things.
Well, how do you tangibly assess creativity? Like that was one I sat in on, and I actually was very like affected by that presentation because I had that thought before, like, well, how can you really assess creativity? And it was like, oh, here's like 4 categories I can now cut and paste to a rubric. And
the net standards and 21st century learning principles can be applied to help us as teachers develop, not just our students.
All of this great stuff that is going to potentially get lost in some way.
And faculty in the American School of Career value learning, truly an inspiration.
Even though this is the end of the unit, this is really just the beginning of our work. We've engaged collaboratively and created an amazing product. Now we begin the exciting work of implementing and refining what we do. Ultimately, we are filming a story that hasn't happened yet. We have a vision, but we are also learning as we go. We want to increase collaboration using online tools and communication strategies so that we can enhance learning opportunities for our students. COETAIL has pushed the bounds, and the end result is that there are no limits. We can go as far as we are willing, and technology is redefining the journey.